In my previous videos, I shared with you guys a chatbot template and you really built killer chatbots with it. In fact, I got so much feedback from you guys regarding extra features, additional improvements, that I'm dedicating this video to all of you who want to make a difference. My name is Yannis Moore. I'm a tech entrepreneur who has sold and created multiple software companies, and I'm now there on a journey to help people like you to create super amazing things with conversational AI. Say hello to the GPT Chatbot Framework 2.0. This is the result for my promise to give you as much value as I possibly can to help you make things bigger, better, and faster. So hear me out. This isn't just your regular chatbot framework. It's the framework that combines everything you do with ChatGPT and OpenAI into one single platform. That said, you can now create an assistant that integrates with things like Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord, and a lot of other services, all within the exact same setup. This allows the same bot to communicate on multiple channels and therefore streamlining that whole process so that you don't need to jump in between different services. And if you make changes to the assistant, everything will be automatically updated inside of OpenAI, so you don't need to manually do anything else. You can also add up to 20 resource files into the chatbot to train it on data that is specific to your needs. All integrations and tools can be activated and deactivated in less than a second, and you can implement it for any kind of industry you can imagine. And like it's not already good enough, you don't need to know anything about coding. And if you thought this is the end of it, you're totally wrong. I will give you this chatbot framework completely for free within my resource hub so that you can build incredible chatbots that actually bring value to the companies you're building it for. The only ask I have is to spread the word and join my community, as people like you are the reason I'm doing all of that stuff, and I believe that together we can just build something that is incredibly powerful and better than anything else that's on the market so far. I will keep this video as compact as possible to provide you everything you need to get started. If you are interested in a complete tutorial on how I create a chatbot using that framework from zero to taking it live, simply comment chatbot down below in the comments and I'll make sure to add it to my video list. Oh, and in case you don't like Replit, don't worry, I'm currently working on a standalone version that you can install on any kind of servers, and it will be solely available inside of my community. So definitely stay up to date, head over to our resource hub and sign up there. That's enough of the infos, let's just dive right into it. As you can see on my screen, this is the exact chatbot framework that I created over the past couple of weeks. I have been so excited to release that, and here we are. So, to give you a little bit of an overview, for everyone that was already there and previously built chatbots with my template, it is very similar and you can import the things that you created before. For everyone that's new, I'm very happy to see you here and I hope this brings you value, and I will guide you through everything right here, or make references to other tutorials that are already made on this chatbot so that you can simply implement that stuff into your business. First of all, don't get overwhelmed by the code. You don't need to adjust anything there. The only things I ask you to is actually using text or using ChatGPT prompts to create certain things. As you can see, you will find a big list of folders on the left, and we just start from the top to the bottom. As you can see, you will find a big list of folders on the left, and we just start from the top to the bottom with the assistant folder, which contains now an instructions.txt file, which is literally just where you define the instructions for your assistant. This is what you can usually do within a custom GPT, where you give the instructions, or within the Assistant API visually, when you go to the assistants inside of the OpenAI platform and you click on create, you add the instructions. This is very simple, similar or basically the same as you would do it in here. So you can simply add your instructions directly in here. I created already a pre-formatted instruction set here. So to give you a little bit of a guidance, I just created this template with a time sync assistant that only has access to one tool, but a lot of others in case you want to customize it, but we come to that in a second. But for now, all you need to know is you can simply adjust the assistant information or instructions right in here and add your features whatsoever. I will also link a video down below in the descriptions and as well somewhere here that basically mentions the video tutorial I made before about the AI chatbot assistant and how it works to create those really good prompts. This is literally all to the assistant folder. There's nothing else to do. And let's just go over to the next two folders because they kind of belong together, which are the integrations folder and the integrations archive folder. And if you open the integrations folder, you will see nothing, which is correct, as in the archive, you will see a list of certain integrations that I pre-built for you that you can literally just activate with a couple of clicks and setting up the integration from the service you want to integrate it with. So as you can see here, I have an integration for Discord, Telegram, Twilio, VoiceFlow. And let's say you want to use, for example, Discord to integrate with this specific VoiceFlow assistant. You simply drag and drop it into the integrations folder. You open the file and you will find a full manual in here on how you have to configure the Discord server to actually get the bot set up. And this is the exact same structure for the Telegram bot. So you simply go in, you will see the instructions, what you need to do within Telegram to actually create a bot. So it's stuff like searching for bot father, clicking on the new bot comment, adding your information, submitting it, taking the API key, and you add it as a secret within Replit, etc. So it's a very, very simple process. And for everyone that's new, the secret tabs, it's always a very often asked question, a question that's very often asked. The secrets tab is not always here. You can click on the plus, you can search for secrets, and you will find it right here. I have already added any of those kind of tokens, as I have tested it obviously with all of those bots. So in case they are not there for you, which probably happens, you have to set those environment variables up for yourself. So if I would set up Discord, I would simply configure it. I would follow the steps right in here. I would add the Discord token, which is this one here, as a secret, and you are good to go. So this would basically already be everything to simply integrate this assistant with Discord. And the best of all, if I want to have another integration, let's say the Telegram one, I also just drop that into the integrations folder, and I can do the same thing with VoiceFlow and follow the instructions within the VoiceFlow chat, and it will literally integrate the whole thing for this platform. And it's not that you're just only limited to those integrations. You can even build your own ones, because all of those integrations are built dynamically. So you can literally just take that whole thing, drop it into ChatGPT, and ask it something specific. Or actually, let's make it better. Inside of the manual that I'm going to create, which is also available inside the resource hub, you will find a prompt that allows you to create integrations like that using AI, so that you don't need to code or write anything like that by yourself in case you want to create another integration. For now, for this tutorial, I'm going to use Twilio to integrate that whole thing with WhatsApp, because that's also possible. I just did that one today, and I'm very, very happy about, because that is something that was really requested inside of our community. So for everyone that's here, you're welcome. I hope you can use it for yourself. If you stay until the end of the video, I will show you how to integrate it with WhatsApp using Twilio, and how to make the chatbot work in general, and as well how you can deploy it within Replit to actually create a live version of it that you can host on other people's platform. Alright, that's it for the integrations folders. Let's head over to the next one, which is the resource folder. So for everyone that has already been working with previous chatbots, you can simply just copy and paste your resources into this folder here. And for everyone that's new, this is the section where you can actually add your own resources where the assistant is trained on. So if you are within the assistant AI and you have the files folder here, or the files section here, you can click on add and you can add your own file. And this is basically the same equivalent to that resource folder here. So you can add your files in here with all of the information that you would like to have. This was a document from my previous chatbot about Bright Horizons Realty. So whatever it is that you would like it to be trained on, you can add inside the resource folder, and everything else will be taken care of automatically. So there's nothing else to do. Then we also have a template folder, which is probably nothing that is really interesting for many of you, except of the ones that want to make the front end look good. Because whenever you start the app, it will basically just show that index as a little file on the front end, so that you just have something visual. So in case you would like to host it on your very own domain, you can add your own custom HTML there and just display something in case you want to, but usually endpoints should not be visible to the end client anyways, so I suggest to just leave it there, customize it a little bit if you want, but that's it. Then we come to something that is really cool, and that I hope we, and as well especially people like you or the whole people in the community, will work on, is the tools and the tools archive. Because the tools is basically the custom tools that you can also add inside of an assistant within OpenAI, which basically are the functions. So some people call them actions, some people call them tools, some people call them functions, but that's basically what it is. So instead of adding the functions here using a JSON, I already created pre-made functions for you inside of the framework that you can simply again drag and drop into the actual tools folder to activate them. So if you look into the tools archive, I created 3 folders so far with previous tools that I created from other videos. And this is first of all the news agency, where there are tools like sign up by a newsletter, unsubscribe with a newsletter, that used campaign monitor. We also have the real estate links where it's stuff like analyzing an image, scheduling a property using make.com. We also have stuff like search real estate listings and store lead. And for this example, I also created another one, which is utility, which basically is to just get the current time and date inside of the OpenAI Assistant, so that we can just give it some more context about the actual time that we currently have. And that's literally it. This is literally all that's to it. Everything else will be handled dynamically in the back. So all you need to do is basically run that whole thing and set up the standard variable for OpenAI API key. So to get that whole thing set up, all you need to do is create a secret for the OpenAI API. And to do that, again, you simply go to the secrets tab, you create a new secret, you call it OpenAI_API_key, just like here, and you will add the API key from within the OpenAI API, which you will find, by the way, inside of your account, under settings, I think, or your account details. Once that's done, the chatbot would basically work, but it would not do much in the beginning. It would be there and it would be answering your questions if you would have added an integration. But now I will show you in a quick tutorial how you can set the chatbot up with WhatsApp, with the custom actions, and this should be a very, very simple task. And I hope this demonstrates to you how powerful this framework is and how you can use it for yourself to integrate it with other services and for your business or your clients or whoever else you want to integrate it with. The first thing we want to do is we want to basically configure our chatbot or our assistant based on whatever we want to have. So you could basically go into the assistant instructions. You can define whatever you want. I just keep it as default right now because I just want to demonstrate it to you. Once you have done that, you can basically use the integrations that you would like to use, or you can add them to the integrations folder. So in my case, I'm going to use Twilio. I just drag and drop it into the integrations, which basically sets it to active. Then I will soon run through this manual, not yet, because the other thing I'm going to do is I will actually add a utility or a tool. So in my case, I'm going to use the get current datetime tool into the tools folder so that it's active, which basically also means now our chatbot will have, or our assistant will have the assistant instructions. It will run on Twilio and it will use the get current datetime tool. And this is already everything we need. The resources I've already added here, so I basically don't need to add them again. And all I'm going to do now is basically hit the run button, or before I do that, we can already continue setting up that whole stuff here. So what you would do is you would basically set up your Twilio account. I already did that. You can set up the Twilio account details. I can see there's something wrong with the title. Anyways, you can set up the Twilio account details, which basically means how you need to configure the SMS setup and how you need to configure the WhatsApp setup. So Twilio basically in that case, or in the integration that I built here, supports WhatsApp and SMS. And in my case, we're going to use WhatsApp. So we jump right into here. In your Applets project, open the secrets tab, which is right here, and we create three environment endpoints, or 3 environment secrets, which I've already done here. We have Twilio account SID, our token, and phone number. And I have already added the phone number that was assigned to me. So in case you wouldn't have those values yet, you can find the SID and the token with the link that is added right here. So you will find it basically under that link. And to get the phone number, that basically depends on the phone number that you're going to use. In my case, I basically just tested with the sandbox, so the WhatsApp sandbox. So it would be for me this phone number. This phone number is basically what I would add right within here. All right, once you have done that, you are basically already on the way to configure the stuff inside of Twilio and to get the chatbot running. And all you need to do to get it live is to click the run button up here and look inside of the console that there's no error and the whole thing basically runs. So it usually just takes a couple of seconds, as you can see now. And it is started properly. I get a 200 back, which means the web view should also show something. As you can see, it shows the nothing to see here, which is what we have available inside of the temp, the index.html file. So for you, the next step is to finalize the Twilio configuration. So all I would do is I would basically click on the new tab and I will copy that link. And you can either do that, or you can also just follow that setup right within here, where you basically have the WhatsApp endpoint described, which is this one. So you can either copy that one and reply to your Replit URL. All I'm going to do is I just copy the URL from the live site and I will add the endpoint after. So let's just do that right here. I basically connect to WhatsApp. I already did that. So then I basically just head into the Sandbot settings, and when a message comes in, this is what I want. I place this Replit URL that I have, and now I will add the endpoint at the end, which is that part, /Twilio/WhatsApp. So we basically add that here so that it looks like this, .dev/Twilio/WhatsApp. I want to make a post method or post request, and that's it. So all I'm going to do is I click save now. And if everything works and the Twilio setup is correct, you can now already use WhatsApp to make that whole bot work. So let's just go over and check that out at the same time. I'll open my chatbot here, which is basically the Replit phone number that I'm contacting. And now I can ask it stuff like, let's say, hey. So if I send that hey, as you can see, a lot of stuff happens inside of the console of Replit, which basically means it's running, it's communicating with the Assistant API, and it's giving me back a response, which says, hello, how can I assist you today? If you need the current date and time, just let me know, because that's the tool that we added and that's the instructions we added. So I can say, something like, yes, give me the current time for, let's say a different country than we actually get it for. So let's say Australia. All right, so what I want now is basically call that assistant that we created. It calls that tool that we just added to the active tool list. And as you can see, it basically waits for the response, takes it back and validates it. And now we should see soon a response from OpenAI. And as you can see, it says the current time, coordinated universal time, which is basically the standard time of UTC. And then it says Australia has multiple time zones, and then it will list all of those time zones here. So as you can see, the bot works perfectly with WhatsApp. It does the stuff through Twilio. Everything is configured the right way. And if you have validated this bot in this way, you can simply extend it by adding Telegram into the integrations. And you basically just stop the bot and you just start it again. And now you will see, while the starting process, it will say something inside of here that says, assistant is up to date. Okay, it loads basically the existing ID because there's no change to the assistant, which is great. And that whole setup is also ready. So now we basically have it also integrated with Telegram in my case, because I set up the secret already. If not, you can basically do the same thing here. But as you can see, it's working. It's sending messages through WhatsApp in a matter of minutes. So this bot is literally super fast to create. You can implement it for anything. It's just super compact, and I really hope you see the value in it so that you can actually use it for your very own industry or whatever you want to build with it. If you're still here, I really believe that you truly see the value in what I created here, and I can't wait to see what you're going to build with it. I'm still actively working on a standalone version of that framework that you can implement it to other servers. So in case that's of interest to you, simply drop me a message either on my website or on Instagram, and I will keep you in the loop. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time and that you're still here, and I hope to see you again in the next video.